Happy Monday morning to all of our wonderful listeners here at the Motivating Force podcast. Joining me as always, we have host Sway, an aspiring Marine Corps officer who is finishing up ROTC and his bachelor's in the criminal justice field. And myself, Justin, a motivational speaker who's always more than excited to share all of our wonderful ideas and topics with you guys. This Monday morning, we're going to be talking about a subject that's been irking me a little bit. We're going to have a wonderful week this week. This Monday and Wednesday, we're giving you guys some rant episodes. So I hope you guys thoroughly enjoy that. Today, we're going to be talking about, are you a leader or are you a boss?
Ooh, what if I'm neither?
And if you're an employee, then you can still be a leader or a boss, because this plays into the mentality of it. And this is an issue I've been talking about with my wife for quite some time now. She was in a pretty strong supervisory position in her job. And with the new change of pace of things, she's now since demoted herself from that position. Just to have an easier workload, be off of work a little more, enjoy some time for herself. It's a luxury she gets to have. We're blessed. What can I say?
If you follow the social medias, you'll know why. That's all we're going to say.
Yeah.
And go on.
I have a dad stash for a reason, okay, guys? Got to grow it in for the little Chico on the way.
Wait a second. Don't call mine a dad stash.
You don't have a dad stash, man.
Okay. It's not as thick.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Something to the effect of that.
All right.
Anyways, yeah. Okay, quick plug, right? This is why you need to be on our social medias. If you're over on Facebook and Instagram with us, you guys would know what's going on already, man. I'm expecting a child, so there you go. And this also plays into parenthood. What a great topic. Another reason why it irks me so much, because this is a life lesson, not just a professional lesson or a job title. If you're a leader or you're a boss and you're sitting here telling yourself, I'm the boss, I'm going to tell you right now, words that I can't say. It starts with an F and it ends with a U.
Yeah, especially in the first 5 minutes of an episode. You definitely can't say that.
Yeah. So anyways, and it's true though. I do have some bad news for you on that. And I'm just going to jump right into the definition of these two words, because I think even as basic as the definitions define what I'm talking about so perfectly, and the issues that my girl's seeing at work that we discuss, the issues that I see at work, the issues that everybody sees at work. But understanding that this comes down to a personal level as well is what really makes it scary.
Yeah. So
a boss is a person who is in charge of a group, company, or organization. Period.
That's it.
Similar, so similar, which is why we have this issue. A leader is a person who leads or commands a group, company, or organization.
Right.
Let's talk about those differences, because apparently a lot of people don't know.
Well, that's the thing. When you define them, they sound similar. So people tend to kind of group it all as one thing. Like, oh, they're just the same. But when we're going to break it down for everybody, they're two completely different things, and you can implement them completely differently.
Right out of the gate here, a leader has more versatility, even by definition, than a boss does. Because a boss, all you're in charge of everybody.
Right.
That's it. As a leader, you get to lead or command.
Right.
Okay? So just off the definition alone, we can already pinpoint some of these differences here. Because as a leader, you can lead your team to success, you can guide them, encourage them, you can support them, and when the time calls for it, you can command your people to push them towards that success.
Yep.
And that's the key difference, because either way, if you're a leader or a boss, you have some level of knowledge, you have some level of authority and responsibility, and it's there for a reason. Yeah. And that's the reason why bosses suck.
Yeah. Because
they have that, and they'll always put themselves up front.
Yeah.
The boss will always kind of pull everybody along with them through the workforce, through life.
Well, let's look at the example of like team sports, right? Every single one of those players can be a leader, right?
Yeah.
Each one of them, when the opportunity arises, they can lead each other the way that the play needs to be made. they can stand up and be like, listen, we need to do this play this way, and we're going to win or we're going to score, whatever the case may be. Every single one of those players can be a leader. So the same way with every single employee can be a leader, right? You can stand up for the team, have also those teamwork qualities, and build up the morality of the team or the group or the company individually from the bottom level. And the boss, the owner of the team, is sitting up in this box booth just watching everybody play. He's not doing anything to affect how well or how poorly the team is playing. So that's all around. You can look at it from, a business, a company, wherever you're working, or team sports where, everybody watches sports or they've played some kind of sport. So they kind of understand that too.
Everybody has the potential to be a leader, and there is room in every aspect of your life, professional or personal, where everybody can be a leader,
right,
one way or another. And it's having that grace to bow down and know where your strengths are, where your weaknesses are, where it's your time to lead and give support, and where it's your time to listen and follow. Because on the leader side, like I was saying, the boss, you kind of pull everybody along, you keep yourself up front, you keep yourself in the limelight, and you're like the face of the operation of everything going on. As a leader, you're kind of pushing everybody in front of you, and you're giving them that foundation, the support, the encouragement, the background to guide people into doing things. And it's really funny to me because I see people who go out there and start companies, or when they have a family or whatnot, and that gets me really heated, so I don't want to get into that. But bosses that go out there, they start their own company and they're like, I'm the boss, I have all this stuff, right? And it's really funny because they're also going to be the same ones that want to have the easiest ride through success.
Right.
They want all the recognition, all the credit, all the glory for everything all the time. And they just want to have that. Not necessarily the hard work, all those things. That's why they kind of, enslave their employees. And it's really funny because the opposite is the truth. The leader who encourages and supports and pushes their team forward in front of them, yeah, you might not get 100% of that glory, of the credibility on everything. You have the easier ride. People typically are not going to come to a job, work somewhere, and not want to take ownership of what they're doing, not have some sort of responsibility, because it's human nature. It's how we are. And, a lot of people don't understand that sometimes. And it's really annoying, man.
Yeah. And since you said taking ownership, it sparked something. Quick plug, not to, this isn't an ad or anything, but I know we're always like riding the coattails of Jocko Willink. And for those of you who still, are clueless, don't know who he is, retired Navy SEAL officer, great guy all around, multiple companies, whatever. Very motivational guy. He has a book that I love when it comes to leadership and understanding how you can implement that from the ground up in all aspects of your life. And at the beginning of the book, he uses an example. I think I talked about it before, but again, we're talking about leadership, and it's a great example. When he was going in his Navy SEAL training, his platoon had this commander, and he wrote out all the power that he had and would just, we're going to do this mission this way because it's my way and that's it. There's nobody's going to second guess me. They're not going to question anything that I say. We're going to do it this way. I got to the position I'm in because I did everything my way, and look where I'm at. So you guys are all below me. We have to do it this way. They ended up having a big mutiny because they hated him. That's no way to interact in some form of team, especially when it comes to Navy SEALs, and like every single one of their lives are on the line based on a decision that he's making. So the guy eventually got fired because, clearly that's no way to lead people that are putting their lives out for this country. So then the example that he gives of proper leadership is the guy that followed that guy, right? The next platoon commander came in and he would be willing to hear the questions or concerns of the people under him, the people that he's commanding. You know, he can go, okay, we're gonna do this mission this way, right? This is how I see is the best possible outcome. Somebody who is like bottom ring, just came in, is like, you know what, I have a different perspective, maybe because I'm in this, you know, specific group of people. We can attack from the back, or, you know, different plan of attack. And he'll go, okay, let's try it that way. Sometimes it works, and there you go. You know, you're building that morale of the team from being a proper leader. You're hearing the opinions that your group has. So you're pushing it, like you said. You're grabbing a hold of your team and you're pushing along with it. So with that, because they changed the way the plan of attack was, maybe that one individual is the one that got recognized and got the credit for, you know, completing the mission accordingly. And the platoon commander probably didn't. But, you know, you want the people under you to succeed. You want everybody to have that equal opportunity to get to where you're at. You shouldn't just try holding all of that power for yourself.
Yeah, because even then, that the platoon leader, I mean, he still won.
Oh, sorry. Again, I don't think I plugged where that was from. Did I?
No. Well, you said Jocko.
Okay, well, Jocko, it's from his book, Leadership Tactics and Strategies. So if you want to look that up, I recommend everybody look into that book. It's very small, quick read. It's I wouldn't say a quick read. It's packed with a lot of heavy information, so it would take a little bit. You know, you want to take in all that information properly. But, you know, again, Leadership Tactics and Strategies, look that up. Yeah, that's where I got that from.
I mean, and it's true because, you know, Jocko Willink is a big proponent when it comes to speaking on leadership. And, you know, like his main point right now, a lot of stuff he's talking about is leadership capital. And I love it so much because it speaks true to me, right? Being in pretty much a supervisory position myself, you know, my wife being in a supervisory position at one point too. We kind of helped each other along through these things, through these journeys, our professional careers, and helping understanding the mindset better. And the idea of the leadership capital is so important because when you're leading people and you're helping people, you're giving them a sense of purpose. You're going to build this relationship with them. You're going to get this like repertoire going on with the group and everything. Repertoire. And as soon as something serious happens, or as soon as you really, really need something and you're like, no, this is how it's going to be done, like this, bottom line, no questions asked. Nobody's going to ask you a question because you have this relationship with your people. You have something in the bank with them. So when they see you put your foot down on something like that, they're going to be like, oh, well, this must be serious, or there's more that I don't know. Like, they don't have a reason to question it because you're always there to support them. So when you're being strict and you're like, I just need you to support me, people are going to do it. They'll give and take. Whereas, you know, being the boss and it's just constantly hammering down on people all the time, you're going to hit rock bottom eventually. And that's why I use that term pull, because that's all you're going to be doing. You're going to be pulling the weight of the entire team because nobody really wants to work for you.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to.
Yeah. I remember I was listening to a podcast where he was talking to, I can't remember who, but they were talking about that leadership capital and building, you know, like that safety net. Because there is a time that you really do have to put your foot down and be like, listen, I know I usually take in the advice of all you guys, but at this time it is like serious, you know, you have to do it this way. And then people are going to be more willing to not apply to that, but they'll do it willingly. And that's something, you know, if you're sitting there using that power as a boss because you're just in this position and you're just hammering down, like you said, you're going to get pushback, and that's no way to lead.
Yeah, it's gonna stifle your growth. It's gonna stifle the growth of the company. Any situation you're in, it's not good. It's a really unhealthy way to be. Never ever use the word boss. Never assume you're the boss of anything. Don't be the boss of anything. Be the leader. Be the leader of your team. Be the leader of your company. Be there for your people.
Yeah. Also give the employees or the people under you, if you want to say under you, the opportunity to also lead. Everybody needs to practice it. And what better way than for their leader to give them the opportunity to show them that they have that potential? How are you going to see that somebody's able to get a promotion or move up in the ranks in whatever form if they're never given that opportunity to shine?
Yeah.
I can sit here all day saying, oh yeah, I've seen this guy. He's very hardworking, but I've never seen him do anything.
Yeah.
Because that person who's the boss isn't giving him that opportunity to. You can sit there all day and say, well, yeah, if he works harder, then you'll see it. No, it needs to be given as an opportunity to that individual, whether it be a task that he's with, like he's going to be the leader of like a smaller group, fire team, whatever you want to call it. That opportunity needs to arise for that individual, and being a proper leader as you are, you should be able to give that opportunity to others.
Definitely. And that's why I'm saying it gets easier to be a leader. And it's the easiest. Well, okay. Easiest, probably not the right word. But
you have to be mindful.
It's the simplest path to success.
Yeah.
Because as you invest in your company, the best way to invest in your company is to invest in your employees. It's to invest in your people. And you do that, you build up, you get these guys responsible of certain tasks, certain things, and you start seeing where those people can shine, like you're saying. Everybody's going to have something they're going to excel in. And if you have just the right amount of people where one person excels in each and every category that your business deals with, you are going to get to the point where you are not doing work anymore.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be
does that say that you shouldn't continue to look for work, or you should just let everybody write it out and you're just sitting back on vacation while they're all hard at work doing the opportunity you gave them? No, continue to look for other opportunities for yourself at that point. You can continue your growth as a leader. You can continue your growth in whatever other challenges you set for yourself. Just because we're saying, it's an easier ride that they're doing the work, doesn't mean you stop working. You have to keep it going. That momentum has to keep shooting forward.
Yeah, because it depends on your goals with everything going on, right? I mean, you could be looking to get more people in, a new team, a new division. I mean, there's all kinds of things.
New building, whatever.
There's all kinds of things out there, and you won't have that type of growth being the boss of everybody.
Right.
You won't. You can't just shoehorn your way into every single opportunity and expect yourself to fit. It's not going to work like that. You're going to need help. And at the very least, you should at least want the help, because it's going to make it easier on you. And it should be that simplest math ever, right? 2 is going to be better than 1 every time.
Yeah.
And it just gets better and better from there. And, the biggest issue with that, and for the people who do it kind of like subconsciously too, and I think the issue is we're so used to wanting everything to be perfect or being our way, or the fact that we can get everything our way in this, day and age, that when we have a project that we need to be accomplished, you get 5 different people from 5 totally different walks of life coming together with different experiences to put down on the table, different perspectives. You are going to get it's going to be successful, right? You're going to still get a successful end result, but it's not going to be exactly how you pictured it. The problem is a lot of people nowadays won't be okay with that.
Yeah, and that's where I was going to say that the ego plays into a big problem of, you could even start off as a great leader. You can run a successful business being a leader and, boosting up your team. But then after a while, it's easy to lose that mindset or not, be mindful of it, have other stresses that creep up on you. And then your ego's like, hey, by the way, remember, you're the boss. Instead of it saying, hey, by the way, remember, you're a leader. It's going to creep up and go, hey, remember, you're the boss. You got to just, pull everybody instead of pushing everybody forward. And that's just as dangerous, because that's going to eventually lead to the company crumbling, because you built up this morale and this expectation of, it's a great team, you're letting the people under you have that opportunity to be leaders. And then they're going to see that you're just sitting around just being that boss, and that ego is going to take over. And then also, if there's somebody else that's not even in that team, let's say, and even if it's somebody that's at a higher or at a better financial stature of you or whatever the case may be, somebody else that comes into your field of view that starts to give you advice on your company or your team, if you're a boss, you're not going to want to hear that. Because again, it's that change of perspectives, and you're going to block that out and stunt the growth of what you have going for you.
Like you're saying, those creeping thoughts are what can really get you if you don't keep them in control. Because like you said, you'd be sitting here talking about a project with your team, and somebody there who has like, you know, the better expertise over you on some specific part of it, and you're like, well, I really think this way is going to work best. And the guy's like, no, I'm telling you, man, trust me, you do it like this, it's going to work a million times better.
Mm-hmm.
And something in your head's going to be like, I pay your paycheck, man. Yeah. I built this from the ground up. How are you going to tell me how to do this?
Yeah, it's like I said.
He's going to tell you.
That's what I said, like with the platoon commander. He got there doing the things that he did his way. So why is he going to listen to the people under him that are just getting into the SEALs?
Yeah.
It's the same thing, dude. And also, if you give that person the opportunity, you go, hey, you know what? Let's try it your way. And it fails, okay, you both learn. Hey, I gave you the opportunity, so you're still building that leadership. What is it you called it? The capital.
Yeah.
The leadership capital is still growing because he feels like, okay, even though I wasn't able to come to par with the expectations that I gave him with, hey, this is going to turn out this way, you're still letting them feel comfortable working for you, seeing how they were still able to come to you with an opportunity or a different change of perspective, even though it didn't work, that he was able to come to you. You want your peers to be able to talk to you.
Yeah. It's actually almost even, it can be more beneficial if they're wrong. Because then it's all about your reaction to it. And that's when your ability to support your crew is going to come through. That's where you're going to shine as a leader.
Oh yeah, don't also let it fail, or if it fails, let your ego come out and be like, haha, I told you it wasn't going to work out that way, because that's going to kill the whole point.
Yeah.
But that's the ego problem that we're talking about.
Yeah, because you sit there and you reinforce it, you help the people along, you help them through it and encourage them more, even through those failures. What do you think that guy's going to do? You think he's going to go home and be like, oh, I failed at that project, this company sucks, I don't want to do this anymore? No, he's going to be like, oh man, I really let my boss down today. You know, let me see, why did I fail at that? You know, he gave me all these extra resources, all these extra things. I thought it was going to work. He's going to sit there and pick his brain and try to come back to you with a better solution, a better answer next time. And he's going to learn and grow from it, because again, we're all humans. Like, nobody's going to go to work day in and day out not trying to make progress in their life. Don't expect to have robots working for you. You know, you have real life people who are trying to get somewhere, make it through this life, learn as much as they can, and grow from every single situation they're in. And if you're not there to support that, they're going to find the door. It's that simple.
Yeah, and like you said, dude, we're all humans. So if you want to be a nice humans and follow us on our social medias, we have them down in the link below. Great news coming out soon. Make sure to stick around and watch our video on Wednesday. Again, he was heated about this topic today, and I'm going to be very heated about my topic on Wednesday. So stick around. Let us know what you think. Remember, you can always share these videos with your friends and family. We also encourage that. Please do that. You know, we're talking about leadership qualities here. You want to send it to your boss, if you want to send it to your friends, if you want to open up a business, you know, hopefully this is helping you guys out. Let us know down in the comments if there is any goals like that you are shooting for yourself, that you want to open up a company, or you're interested in like even an online storefront or something. You know, post it down below. We'll check it out. Let us know all that. We can always DM you, Facebook, Instagram as well. If you want to ask us any questions, we're always open to that.
As human beings can follow schedules, right? I guess Monday and Wednesday at 8 a.m. EST, we drop new episodes. Be sure to check that out. We do have some great news for you guys on Wednesday and a great episode to come. Be there for it. Now go on and get it.